the day the Supreme Court ruling on Roe came down, 23-year-old TikTok creator Keith Lau posted a video talking about his own experience getting a vasectomy.
Well, that post, it went instantly viral and immediately highlighted the vast differences that men and women face when they're going through the process of sterilization.
Keith Lau joins us now. Keith, we really appreciate you being here to talk to us. You know, a lot of people posted their reactions to your decision to undergo a vasectomy at such a young age of 23. Tell us why you decided to go public with that choice, and what was your experience like with doctors and the procedure itself?
So thank you guys for having me, for starters. I thought that I was in a unique position to be able to talk on it. I live in Texas, and Texas has been a place where women's health care and especially reproductive rights have been under attack for a while. So this is a conversation that my partner and I were having for a long time. I'm a dad already, and so my partner Taylor and I already knew that we didn't want to have any more kids. And we knew that also in Texas, it's not a guarantee that abortion and reproductive rights will be a thing in the future. And we thought that this was the simplest and easiest way for us to go ahead and take that decision into our hands.
Yeah, there, Keith. I mean, in Texas, that's where we're telling a lot of these stories, because it was one of the first states to sort of restrict these reproductive rights, and certainly in the most restrictive ways. So you've spoken openly about the role that you actually feel men should be playing in a post-Roe America. So can you help us sort of understand your point of view and how you feel that your decision to get a vasectomy plays into that role?
Yeah, I mean, it takes two to get pregnant. So I definitely think that the conversation around contraception and reproductive rights has always been focused on the woman. But in a lot of cases, it can actually be easier for men, especially with regulations and laws and whatnot in Texas. It was actually incredibly easy for me to get a vasectomy. I've heard a lot of people a lot of women tell the stories of how they've been begging for to get their tubes tied, to get hysterectomies, and you need to go through all of these different steps to do it. But the process of me actually getting a vasectomy was really easy. I just had a phone consultation. They asked me basically if I wanted to have kids in the future. I said no. They asked if I had any kids now. I said yes, and that was pretty much the end of the conversation.
That
right
was
there.
it?
Yeah, you didn't get questioned like these women were saying.
But that's all they said. I mean, that was it, and you got to do it.
Just those two questions, yeah.
Which is radically different from the stories I've been hearing from women who say that, you know, doctors will ask multiple questions. Like, one even told me that the doctor told them, wait till your sister has a kid and see how you feel, right? I mean, that's a lot of things that women are hearing right there.
Keith, before we let you go, can you talk to us about some of the questions that you are getting on your TikTok? What are people curious about, and are they asking you about the procedure itself or more about the decision-making? What do you want people to know?
So I think it's about half and half in terms of whether they're asking about the procedure or the decision. The decision was pretty straightforward. We just don't really want to have any more kids, and this was the easiest option. And honestly, probably the single option that covered the most bases for us. So it just made the most sense. In terms of what vasectomies actually are, it kind of surprised me the lack of knowledge around what vasectomies actually are out there. A lot of people think that it's a form of castration, and it's not. You still have your testicles, you still produce semen and sperm. They just don't ever meet. So it's really not very invasive. The recovery time was really quick. I was up and going in about a week, and I feel great. So,
wow. Yeah. Keith, I have to tell you, thank you for sharing your experiences, because as we talked about, right, with the women also in Texas, there's a lot of judgment, right? There's a lot of people who have very strong opinions, of course, on this issue and about people's personal decision to go through procedures like this. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for explaining, right? You don't have to explain your decision to anyone, but you were willing to do it on this platform with us, and we really appreciate that, Keith. Thank you.
Yeah, we do. Thank you, Keith.
Of course.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.